And welcome to the Smoke Break. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with Will Ness.
Hey, how's it going?
And Jasmine Nothing.
Morning.
Morning indeed. We are here over at the Smoke Break, and we're super excited to make some new episodes. But first, we got to do the disclaimer that we got to do, which is to say this is for entertainment purposes only. We work in the field of mental health, but don't claim to be professionals in this space. Our intention is to have conversations around lived experiences. And as a result, we may not always agree with everything our guests say, but we do intend to hold space for having conversations and learning from one another. Will Ness, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. So this is kind of a first. I don't usually jump off with like my topic, but I was thinking about this recently about identity, right?
Uh-huh.
And basically just the idea that like our identities are better, different parts of our identity are better at handling different things. For example, like I feel like the business side of me should not be making decisions for the creative side of me.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the business side of me is going to say, you got to make money, so just do whatever makes money.
Yeah, different parts of you have different priorities.
Exactly.
I don't want the creative side of me to be like constrained by a business decision. I want to go wherever, the joke takes me.
Yeah, absolutely. So like if you were to say that you have like kind of like different aspects of yourself or different parts, what would be like one part that you would say you have like a
so there's like the day job part of me.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's the stand-up comedy part of me.
Okay.
And then there's probably a third part, which is me and my relationship with my spouse.
Yeah.
There's probably other parts
and
within those. But
do you ever feel like the comedy part is just like interferes with like the relationship part?
It would
or does she think that?
That's a question for her. No, I think like the comedy business part interferes with the relationship part for sure. But there's like I annoy my wife a lot just because I think it's funny. So yeah. I would say that they step on one another.
There's some crossover. I can see that. What about you, Jasmine?
I mean, I feel like it's not terribly dissimilar. Like, like day job stuff, which is like social worky things, whatever I'm doing at the time. And then trying to like do more creative stuff. But then like with show stuff is like half creative, but also like really pragmatic and like business minded and like trying to like, I don't know, like learn about advertising and stuff that I don't care about, but has to be part of the thing to make the thing happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is annoying.
Well, and I feel like the difficult thing is that like each one of these things needs done. Like I feel like for me, I need to work on like my personal life stuff that's as far as like getting my meds and making sure that like my bills are taken care of. Like there's like an admin Zane that like is kind of in charge of handling all of these other things.
Basic needs stuff.
Right? Yeah.
And you need groceries in your house.
There's grapes in a bag.
Those are like a month old, at least.
There's grapevines and
there's life left in those grapes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to be wine soon.
They're going to be raisins, and they're still good. So there's admin Zane who could do better, and then there's creative Zane that like I feel like the creative aspect of me is always like trying to tell the admin side that it's not important, where it's like, oh, you need to meet your basic needs, and I'm just like, basic needs.
Or I can make another song.
Yeah.
I mean, because creative side, there's never a schedule to the creative side. It's like that, and he's never around when you need him to be, and he's never like gone when you need him to be.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the problem, like the reason why I started like thinking about this is just because like I feel like when I start getting overwhelmed or I start shutting down, it's when I'm trying to have like one part of myself do a job that it's not meant for.
Yeah.
Like so for example, like I have paranoia, right? I've talked a little bit about it. I have paranoia. Like my paranoid side is to take care of me and protect me, which is good, important things that you should do. But also that paranoid side shouldn't be making business decisions, like who you should trust to, help take care of you and manage you.
For sure. Okay.
So yeah, I think that like what happens is like if like the creative side of me is making business decisions or sleep decisions, that's where like it starts to interfere, is where I should, the admin side of me needs to take care of sleep. Is this making sense?
Yep,
this makes
absolutely.
sense. Yeah. On the sleep side, for sure. On like, so it's like, I got to go to work, but the creative side of me is like, no, you should call off, stay home and write.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't do that.
I'm on a roll.
You should leave work early to go to some show where you're going to get paid in 2 drink tickets that may or may not work.
Yes. Let that side make the decisions.
That's a bad call. Yeah.
So how do you make the right person show up for the right job?
I remember you're an adult. I don't know. The business side of me probably has to take over more than I would like it to at this point in my life.
Yeah. I think it's like looking at necessity and kind of looking at like just situationally, like what do I need right now? Like, are my finances behind? Well, then I need to be more admin, you know?
Yeah.
Is my comedy behind? Well, I need to be more creative.
Well, and then, like, if my comedy's behind, the business guy's still standing back there going, well, you know, you need to retire someday.
Yeah, exactly.
The world's going to end before that.
But see, that's what I mean is like, is the problem is now the business person is doing the creative side. So
You're right,
you need to make sure that like those are split.
You don't want the business person putting the creative person in a box.
Yep.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's just being an adult.
Yeah. Well, it's just being a complicated person with different,
in a complicated world.
And just the idea that like it's unfortunate the idea of being an adult means like stopping doing all the stuff you care about to like prioritize retirement or whatever, which it totally makes sense. Like I need to do the same thing, but it's an unfortunate thing that's what we associate with being an adult.
Adult can't be whimsical. It's, I mean, I think so. Do you guys watch? Yeah. Do you guys watch Bob's Burgers at all?
Yes.
Bits and pieces. Yeah.
I think it's my favorite show on television because like the adults indulge in the kids' like whimsy.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I never experienced that as a child. And as an adult, I want the world to be more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you like use those different identities to help create that?
I guess you can't forget that the creative part of you is there. You can't just push it down. Like, I used to, even in my day job, like sign off on emails with something like keep your stick on the ice, or, you know, like if I'm sending something from my iPhone, I know this is a hack joke at this point, but like sent from a rotary phone instead of iPhone at the beginning or at the end. Yeah.
Beautiful. A hack joke I haven't heard yet.
Oh, really?
Same.
Not
So
hack.
can't be that hack.
And I would sometimes change it to like sent from a Casio keyboard or sent from a T-Mobile Sidekick, if you guys remember those.
Yeah.
And like you just those sort of harmless, whimsical things, I don't know, that makes
We take ourselves
business
really
me,
seriously.
yeah, it makes business me
Yeah.
a little bit happier to just be awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be at a thing you don't necessarily want to be at.
Yeah.
Well, I think you had said something where you were like you had noticed that like I in a sense like do a lot of like switching, like code switching for lack of a better word. And like I'm very like chameleon, you know, just like, oh, you know, like mood matching is what I think of it. I think of like if somebody's in a certain mood, it is more respectful to meet them at their mood than it is for me to be like, I'm full of energy and you should be as happy as I am.
Sure.
Seems kind of rude, right? So that's what I do. But the problem is that like I sometimes take out some of my whimsy. Like we'll be driving around and, you know, I'll be like, woo, 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 you know, whatever goofy fucking
Car rides
shit.
to Zane are the best.
Yeah, I'm full of energy. But then we get to the open mic and I'm like, okay, cool. Now
Now
we're
I'm
here at
cool.
The mic and now I'm cool and now everything's fine. And then I get back in the car and I'm like, wee.
That's not, you're supposed to reverse those situations.
You would think it would make me
No
funnier, but I don't know. I think it's like we were talking about, like being an adult with whimsy. You know, I think that like is such a thing that's frowned upon. That like I don't know. I don't
Feels
want
like taking a risk.
I don't want people to see me having fun. What if they are mean
Anti-fun?
What if they're anti-fun?
Yeah, what if they're anti-fun? I think that's a holdover from the adults of the last generation,
Yeah.
the suited up guys in the 80s and 90s who just need to disappear. Like wear a Hawaiian shirt to work if you want to. if you have a white collar job, like who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you don't do your job well.
Those are the people who are like still surprised that I can have a professional job and blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that would just dissolve and disappear. Like, you could be like a successful defense attorney with sleeve tattoos and hand tattoos. Like
there's actually no correlation between those things.
There's zero.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's still judges in the world that demand women wear skirt suits, and I'm like, that's why. Like, like a woman can't wear pants. Pants. It's just pants.
Just pants.
Like, give people pants.
Yeah. In fact, nobody should have any opinion on what I'm wearing.
No.
Yeah, they're not judging the male attorneys on what they're wearing.
No, I mean,
they're wearing a skirt, in which case they might say something, but
they shouldn't. Still, if it's a nice skirt, if it's a court ready skirt,
there
who
is
cares?
This one dude, I think he might be a lawyer. He is at least a business, like he wears fancy businessman, but he does wear a skirt and high heels and like tights every day, and he's not queer. Or trans or gender variant anyway. He's just like, I like this.
That's sick.
And it's
a
none of your
wild choice,
business.
because from what I understand, heels are very uncomfortable.
They're awful. I bought a pair one time, wore them to an event, wore them to the first quarter of an event, and left them on a trash can outside. Ooh. And was barefoot at the rest of the event because I was like, absolutely not. I'm never going to be this uncomfortable to look good.
Because I work a white collar job and I don't believe in dress shoes. I wear clogs. I wear Birkenstock clogs to work.
Work sucks already. You really gonna have to make yourself uncomfortable while you're there too? Just so your like legs look nice? Come on.
No, not worth it.
Not worth it.
And I think like those sort of like whimsical concessions need to be more acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's just like how do we like stay in touch with that part of ourselves? Because it's like I feel like the idea of growing up, the idea of like even being a comedian, like the dream of being a comedian, like people would say, oh, you need to grow up and get a job. It's just like, what is this definition of growing up that has so much to do with like not having fun anymore?
Abandoning your dreams?
Yeah, abandoning your dreams and not doing fun things.
Dude, I think it's what used to be defined as growing up was segmenting those parts of your personality.
Yeah.
Because the businessman needs to be business all the time. You can't ever be fun and creative. And I hope that like this generation, the next one, are going to continue to shed that, because I see it. Yeah, like a little bit anyway. I mean, maybe it's just because I live in the small sort of the Portland bubble.
Right. Well, I think it's going to.
It's a good bubble.
It is a good bubble.
It is a good bubble. But I think what's going to be important is just like kind of how the next generations perceive work, because it's like we had like this, if you work hard, you work a lot, you work constantly, you don't take days off, then you are a good person by definition because you're a hard worker.
Yeah.
And I think that like we would equate ourselves to being good people because we were hard workers. And I think like the younger generations with quiet quitting and stuff like that are like looking at themselves as like, I am what I'm not what my output is.
Right. Like measuring yourself as a person based on, monetary output is becoming less ubiquitous.
Yes. Yeah.
And sort of defending your person and setting up boundaries with those other people to sort of protect all parts of yourself. Saying, I don't have to compartmentalize these facets of my personality to make you comfortable and happy. I could be myself.
I think that work ethic thing is like the most deeply ingrained like boomer thing that I still feel for myself, where I absolutely like put that much effort into work and have for a really, really long time, and am annoyed by people who don't do it, and now have a new job where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. And I'm just going to work the exact amount that they need me to work in order to have them like me enough to be here and make money. But like, that's it. And like having a lot less of my identity like wrapped up in what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. You should work as much as you want to.
I mean, I want to put a lot of effort into the things I care about, a lot of effort there, but like at a regular job.
The time to lean, time to clean bullshit, that's over. We're done with that. If there's time to lean, fucking chill. It's the end of the world. Relax a little. But until then, we're going to take a real quick break, and we will be right back with the smoke break. And welcome back to the Smoke Break. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with Jasmine Nothing.
That's me.
And Will Ness.
Hey.
We are here to talk about, I'm here to pick your brain because both of you are in relationships, and I think that that's really, really goddamn cool, but I don't think it's easy, and I think that there's something that we can all learn from you. So, how long have you been in a relationship?
All right. So I've been married for 6 years, and in that relationship for 10 years.
Well done.
Well
done.
In a single monogamous cisgendered straight relationship, which is
Portland.
uncommon, but it's what works for me. So that's what I do.
Okay, well, I'll try not to shame you,
Yeah.
but I've heard that works for some people, and it's a choice.
I will never yuck anyone's yum, but this is what works for me, and so
We'll respect
please,
your lifestyle choices.
Please, thank you.
Oh man, so 10 years, that's a really long time. What do you think has made it last?
For sure, like both of our senses of humor.
That makes sense.
And not sort of suppressing that, just having fun in it. I mean, when you find a person that compliments you in that respect, I think that's very important for the success of a relationship. And then putting effort into preserving that, keeping that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's easy to fall off of it, for it to be a cute, fun thing that you guys have initially, and then it be something that kind of falls off to the wayside of well, I didn't know I still had to be fun and cute with you. I thought that,
I already got you.
Yeah, I was trying not to, but I was just it's been said before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then, to tie it back to the earlier topic, it's the pressures of the rest of your lives sometimes just make it I'm tired. I don't want to, I can't do this. Or, you forget that the other person is just a person, and you're caught up in your own shit, and you just, maybe you snap at them, and sort of, you need to recognize that in yourself and apologize sometimes. I know I do all the time.
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I can definitely see where the parts of your life bleeding into that and be in impacting it, because it's I've definitely come home from work and been oh no, I was mad at the people at work. I just didn't say it to anybody until I got home.
Yeah, and that can be really hard to recognize in yourself sometimes.
What about you, Jasmine? So you've been in a relationship for?
Oh no, I've been
The relationship or the time?
I've been married for I just forget how long it is now. It's officially that long. I've been married for 24 years,
Wow.
3 years, however old I might. I got married when I was 18, and have also been with that person for a really long time now. And that is, I don't think other people should get married when they're 18.
Sure.
I don't recommend it. Because nobody thought we should either. But also sometimes it just works. And however we
I feel
managed.
the same way about doing a bunch of drugs when you're 18, because I did a bunch of drugs when I wouldn't recommend it, but it for me it worked.
That's what counts.
Got it out of the
That's
way.
what counts. And you've never done drugs again.
Exactly. Pew, pew.
Yeah, statistics aren't on your side, but we can't deny that there are outliers.
Sometimes things just work out.
Yeah.
And I think there's magic in being able to think of who you were when you were 18 and the people you thought were hot or interesting or whatever else. And do you still like that? No, things have changed. And
Thought I was going to date a woman that was a rapper.
it's not too late.
It's never
It
too
is.
late.
I think it is though.
Oh, okay. There's not a large, cross section of lady rappers in Portland.
It's not as prevalent as I thought it would be at 18, but you learn.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Little Kim misled us.
But the idea of just being able to grow up in a parallel enough way to still think that person is the person you want to be with is pretty wild, because you change so dramatically over the course of your life, and to still like each other that much is pretty dope.
Well, and I think the idea of growing together is really important, because I think growing parallel to each other, if 20 years were to pass and you weren't to have seen each other, that may seem like a lot of growth and change that maybe at the end of it you might not be the same people or with each other, but to have that parallel growth next to each other watch them grow and like encourage that growth, it's like you're invested in it, you know? And I wish more relationships were like that, where it was like we're both invested in each other's success.
Yeah. I mean, because you hear a lot of the time where people say we just grew into different people and then we broke up, and that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I would hope for myself that if my wife were to, evolve as a human being, that I'd still love her just as much.
Yeah.
Even though she is a different person from when I met her.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like grow alongside her in whatever capacity you can.
Yeah. I think that's part of being a good partner in a relationship, at least mine.
Mm-hmm.
Even recently, I was thinking like my partner and I, we used to like all the same things, and I feel like there's some things that have shifted in the last like year or two of where I want to do some stuff that's different than what they want to do, and just like practicing that, being okay, and like letting room for that growth and like change happen without it being like it's not growing apart from each other, but being like, maybe it's okay if I go do this other thing on a weekend and come back to you at the end of it, and it doesn't mean anything, and it's not an indictment of you or your interests. Just like maybe you wanted to do something different today after like 20 plus years of mostly spending every moment together that we were not at work, and how that feels kind of like almost risky, because it's just like a new chapter of like dabbling and just like being interested in different stuff and doing different things, but and then finding places like a way to make it work out anyway.
That could be exciting too, though.
Yeah, I would like to feel like that. That sounds good.
That's a word you could use. Well, I think, I don't know. I think that that understanding of like, I enjoy doing things with you, and there are also things that you enjoy doing, and sometimes us doing things together and us doing things that we enjoy doing are going to be separate,
Yeah, and that's okay.
And that's okay. And that's totally okay.
That is okay. And then another thing that I think has made my relationship successful is we were like aligned as far as like trajectory of life.
That's good. That's beautiful.
I found someone who like wanted to be in a relationship. We'd be partners, equal partners. Like I am not the sole breadwinner.
Yep.
And she is not like a trad wife. I really, again, that works for some people. I never wanted that for myself.
Right.
And she also never wanted that in a partner.
Cool.
And I guess I got lucky to find that.
Sure.
And then it's also, because this is big for a lot of people, like neither one of us ever wanted kids.
Okay.
Like we were still, we were still figuring that out at the beginning. And I feel like maybe, societal pressures had something to do with that, particularly for her, because it's always worse for women.
Yes.
But we eventually came to the conclusion, like, no, it's like maybe we'll adopt, but biological children are not what we are into.
Yeah.
And people get shamed for that, which is unfortunate.
What you shouldn't want? People who don't want kids to just have kids because they got shamed into it.
That seems like
Those are
a
not good
recipe
parents.
for.
I
Like,
can tell you everything I've ever done that I was shamed into doing was not something that I enjoyed doing. You know what I mean?
And most of those are not things you would then be stuck with for another 18 years and feeling like resentful about. And
whenever anyone was like, no, have kids, like you'll like them, I was like, I'm gambling with someone else's life.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Based off of
like,
Other people have kids. I can hang out with those ones.
Yeah. God, no shortage.
I think the other thing that makes my relationship successful is that we both talk shit to each other.
Oh, all the time.
Instead of like letting things like build up. I always talk about it as like a shaken like soda bottle or whatever, where you just have to like just the top a little bit, just open it just a little bit and be like, fuck you, man. And they'll just be like, fuck you too. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, so burritos for dinner. And then we move right along, and it doesn't have to be like the night's over or like a fight.
Yeah.
It's
or
just
something
like,
boiling under the surface, which is what I feel like I always ran into of like, I would feel slighted. I would feel slighted. Fuck you. And then it's just like, why didn't you mention 7 times ago that you felt slighted? It probably wouldn't have came out as fuck
it wasn't that big a deal then.
Yeah.
I feel
think
like
you keep doing it.
like talking shit, whether it's serious or just for fun, because
Playful, yeah.
there's not a day that goes by where my wife doesn't tell me, quote, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. She says that to me every day, and that's fun. But like the serious shit talk, I think that's necessary to help get someone out of their own head. Just be like, there's another perspective you need to acknowledge here, and it's me. And like, you're bringing other things into our relationship and putting them on me, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and even just having like another set of eyes on something, you know, like
Right? Yeah.
the benefit.
Get out of yourself. Like,
Yeah. Like I think that there's benefit to being able to look at yourself through somebody else's eyes, and even just be able
That
to
knows
really,
you that well too.
that knows you that well. Exactly. Like really be able to look at the things that they're suggesting or saying. Like if they're saying that like time is an issue for you, it's not because they're saying it to be mean. They're saying it because they've known you long enough to know that like showing up on time is an issue for you.
yeah, and it's very difficult to not be defensive in those moments and to take it as like an opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that,
Which is what it is, because that person loves you.
Should be. Yeah, especially if that person loves you. Like that's the person who wants to see you continue to grow into being something badass, you know? Like, or at least that's what it should be. Cause I feel like, you know, like when relationships start to like fall apart, you know, is like when somebody's wanting for you a change that you don't necessarily want, you know what I mean? Where somebody's just like, oh, well, you know, I was trying to get you to be more this. And it's like, well, I wasn't looking for that.
Yeah. It's actually not your role to like make me do anything.
Yeah. I was actually kind of just hoping to be me and then you be you. So it's just like, I think that if it's a, you know, like an agreed upon, I want to change. I want to change for us. I think that's different than like, I want you to change for me.
Oh yeah, and that goes back to like finding someone you're aligned with. You don't want to find someone that is trying to mold you into something else to fit.
Like this person's going to be so cool. They have so much potential once I fix them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you see that all the time, like where someone is just trying to check boxes in a partner, and it ends up like with a high divorce rate in from the 1980s on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's because people are only checking certain boxes, you know? I feel like they're looking at it, you know, they're just like, well, she's hot, and I think we have the same religion. You know? Like,
well, that guy is terrible. Don't hook up with that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're that girl. or the guy who likes that guy, or the girl who likes that girl, whatever
We're
it is.
Inclusive here.
Yeah,
we're inclusive here.
People being shitty.
We believe that douchebags can come in all shapes, sizes, and orientations. Yes,
and orientations. Absolutely. It's our promise. But no, I think that ultimately, like, you know, relationships are a hard thing to navigate, and there's something that like you really have to take a you know, like at a certain point in your life, you kind of have to be like, what am I looking for, and what am I looking for at this point in my life?
And being patient.
Because that can be different. That can be different, you know, because the things that we were looking for when we were 18 and the things that we're looking for when we're in our late 20s or mid to late 20s.
Very different.
Very different.
I was 30 when I met my wife. So
okay.
I think that helped me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure you did a lot of growing up until the point of meeting somebody that was like that much for you.
Sure. And then, you know, your life is in a place where you can be a better partner in a relationship.
To them. Yeah. Definitely. No, there was definitely like a period where where I'm just like, I don't think I was healed enough to be dating, and, you know, like, but was dating during that time. So it's just like to be able to have a distance from that and be like, okay, so the next person that I bring to a relationship is going to be a more healed version. It's going to be a more patient version. It's going to be, you know, hopefully all these
just
things
the best version of you that has been here so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, figuring your own shit out is huge in a relationship.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think we forget about that part of it, because like when you get in a relationship, you think about us, you know, you think about we, and you're thinking about trying to make that work, and you stop forgetting that like you working is a part of the whole thing working.
I think a lot of people overlook that, and they just think about like, I want to be with this person. It's still pretty myopic. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, cool. We're going to take a real quick break, and we will be right back with the smoke break. And welcome back to the Smoke Break. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with Will Ness.
Hey.
And Jasmine Nothing.
Let's bring it home.
Let's bring it home. All right. So we were talking about it kind of before we got the episode started, but just the mental health challenges of navigating the hustle of being a performer and the business of being a performer. The things that we said don't mix, how do we mix them?
Yeah. It sucks.
I think it's like part and parcel of why social media is so unhealthy. Because this business is so driven right now by social media.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to be on it.
Producers and clubs, unless you have a social media following, and I guess it's like proof of concept for your comedy, and that you can move tickets and put butts in seats. Like,
let me tell you that we have booked many people who have had high follower counts. They are not any better at putting people in seats.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're often not better at being funny, too.
Or that.
Yeah, it does. It's not really an indicator, but okay.
It's like you could put butts in seats one time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can do a backflip off of a roof one time.
And then walk different
enough.
for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Exactly.
You were assuming they were going to walk after, but
Yeah, you're jumping to some
pretty generous.
but
I feel like I just keep bringing into people who are like, oh, do you have like a newsletter or whatever? Because I'm not on social media anymore. And I would love to not be on social media, but like that's impossible if you're also trying to produce a million shows all the time. It's
It
like
is
the only way to do it.
Truly impossible right now.
And like yelling into the social media void feels so stupid and fruitless. And just like, what am I even doing with my life?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely feels weird, like it's the juxtaposition of everything that we're seeing in social media, like alongside, hey guys, it'd be great to see you tonight at Johnny Fucko's Tavern. I'm gonna do a real loose 10. Hope that it's so hard to like try to sell that. The whimsy in a world of fucking.
And then the next story right after that is like explosions.
Right, because the data set is everything on social media. It's real news next to like cat videos. I mean, and it's hard.
Bad for our brains.
Very difficult to train your algorithm to just do one or the other.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out. And then like you see your colleagues, they're doing their thing, and it makes you feel bad about like what you're not doing.
Which can either be motivating or makes me just be like, never mind, I give up. Everything's stupid forever.
I always take the latter of those two things. Yeah.
The ratio's not good. Every once in a while, I'll feel motivated, but
it's like, that's a great reel. Well, it's not worth
Good
me
for
ever
them.
making one.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they told the best joke ever. I don't know why I tried, but it's good to see I did.
Like that went viral.
there's also that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it is the comparison, because it's like I don't think we're looking at it as like I often don't see it as like, oh, one person who I put out a post and one person showed up. I don't look at it as like that. I look at it as like 50 people saw this and one person showed up. So it's like, I'm not even judging whether or not like I'm getting a good, base of like whether or not people are showing up or interacting with stuff. I'm just basing it off of like, well, this should have been bigger because more people know about it. I think like reaching more people is almost worse because it's just it's more of a, like you were saying, like a data
400
set.
people are disappointing me now.
400 people don't give a fuck that I tried.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's a new one for you. You can take that with you.
You can measure how much people are ignoring you.
Yeah,
With
you can put that in
real.
this
You
little
can
pocket
pay
right
extra.
here, just-
Yeah. Ooh,
Like for ads, some more people even.
that would hurt.
Yeah, it does.
It's like Zane and I produce a lot of shows, and like I used to produce them alone a long time ago, and people came a lot, and then COVID happened, and then just since COVID, it is a different game to get people out, and I have not figured out how to do it well
You keep
since
saying
then.
that, but we just had a successful show, so a full show.
We did. We've had a couple of like more full shows lately, and in just smaller venues, So just like it's just interesting how it has shifted.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's like, and it has nothing to do with your hustle either. It's been a shift.
My hustle is bigger and better, and still,
right? And it's just
I think
been
the world is just
a
different.
shift in the way the world works, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
And
I'm not gonna be a TikTok star. Like,
hustle
that's not
culture
the thing.
tells you need to try harder.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's kind of like the trap of it is like oftentimes I feel like looking at my personal failings as this thing that like I need to is, you know, like I need to step up my game. Like people didn't show up to the show because I didn't post about it enough. They didn't show up to it because I'm not posting on my normal stuff enough to build up this hype. You know, it's just like having this idea that like you're behind because you're comparing yourself to like what other people's success looks like. I feel like is this never ending fucking cycle.
Yeah, it's very outcome oriented. Like I've had to like constantly remind myself like you need to do this because you're getting out of it what you want to get out of it, and not because you wanted a particular result.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that outcomes are something that like gets focused on way too often, and it's just like, what about the joy of just going and hanging out? No. I didn't go to an open mic so that way I could go and hang out. I went so that way I could do well, and it's like,
yeah, that's a recipe for failure.
Yeah, and now you both didn't enjoy hanging out at the mic and didn't do well. Good job. How's your hobby?
And I don't know if this is healthy. It probably isn't, but it does help me. At least it helps my mental health to know that the people who are huge on social media will sometimes be booked as a headliner in a venue and just do a terrible job.
Yes.
That just helps me spiritually. I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's a little, but like to know that like you could be, he's just very good at this one thing.
It's not actually a transferable skill.
He's not, or they are not very good at the thing that you're trying to be good at.
Well, like, I don't know. I think like what was it? When I was working at Helium, there was like lots of like TikTok stars that would come through there. And those are always the ones that you really want to see fail because, you know, like to
deserve it.
To be a comic who's out there grinding all the time and then to be like to watch somebody just kind of like roll up and then like fill an entire Helium audience room with like people who have never been to a comedy club and don't give it's like
that's unearned valor.
Yeah, thank you. That's what it is. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
Because we're always told there's no shortcuts, and that seems like a shortcut.
Yes.
And there's totally shortcuts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you still.
They say they aren't, but.
Lying hard workers said that. There's no shortcuts. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's possible to hustle and be engaged in social media and be engaged in you know all the things that we want to be without it being detrimental. I think that there's a certain amount of like, I got on here, I posted my thing, I got off of here, you know, like
more and more. I mean,
I think it's possible to find like a medium, you know, because I think like being on it all the time is bad. And I think like completely dropping it is harder for performers.
I think that you're right. And as we progress into the era of social media and people start to become aware that it is unhealthy and that both sides of the extreme probably aren't going to work. That maybe, that we can find that middle ground. This has been like the last 20 years. It's just been like a beta test of social media.
Unfucking fortunately, and it's like
at least its effect on humans.
Unfucking fortunately. But I mean, I think that that's a really good way of putting it. Is that like we were kind of like it's like, how does this impact people? You know, it's like
not great.
Yeah, it's like we were the ones who were around when cigarettes came out. You know, and everyone's like, smoke them if you got them, and then you find out that they're bad like 20 years later, and you're like, oh well. I was growing up with them, so I never knew how bad it was.
And there's people right now like suing like all the social media companies, and it's the first time it's kind of like gotten teeth of like how it affects like especially primarily like young girls and their particular mental health like body stuff, and like it's going to the Supreme Court. Like it's
cool.
Yeah,
cool, good.
Yeah, because if everyone's on social media now, everyone's in the hustle culture of social media. Yeah, you're your own brand, whether you want to be or not.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and it's detrimental. Like you don't need middle school girls being their own brand.
Yeah.
for their friends.
Yeah.
Well, you need to be able to shut it off.
Well, and just like even the framing of it of like being your own brand, I think is like a really important way of like framing that, because it's like that is why you watch celebrities go crazy all the fucking time, you know? And it's like, because they are their own brand, they have an image that they have to maintain. And it basically kind of puts us all up on the same pedestal of like, we all have this image, quote unquote, to maintain. And it adds an extra layer of stress that we don't need.
Yeah. And it locks you in. Do you want to change? Too bad. You've already established your brand.
Yeah.
You can't pivot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like the expectation, like as like producers or like performers or anything, like that you have to like be good at so many. Like I got into this because I wanted to tell stories on stage more often, which is not what's happening. I am now supposed to be good at advertising and reels and video editing and poster making, and but I also have to like know like what I do with the money, like where am I allocating that, just like all these other things. Like that wasn't the point. I wasn't trying to get good at all these other things. I just wanted to be booked on other people's shows every once in a while, and it wasn't working. And so I was like, okay, I'll just make my own shows. Oh no, that's really hard. I have to do 14 other jobs now. Like, okay, that's fine. I'll learn all of the things and then be frustrated when it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
setting yourself up for failure.
It's the idea of like, if you are your own brand, then you are also your own fucking PR agency, which means that like you are doing all the work of a fucking PR agency of being like, all right, so we got to post this, and then we got to like, you're doing all of these. I don't know. Like I started building an app, and somebody made me realize they were just like, they have teams for that, and I'm like, what? Like, because I'm just doing this by myself, thinking that like, oh, it's this is what a single person does, but it's like, if every person who is on social media gets handed a marketing, basically something that says that you are now marketing for yourself for the rest of your life, make it look good and make it look great for the gram, like you're basically just adding this level of stress of, look good for us for forever. And, like, I don't know. It's just
it's
like
being like in a forever job interview. It's like where you're like trying to be like the best, shiniest, perkiest version of yourself forever
with the best answers for forever.
Yeah.
And I mean, and to take it back to what I said before, like getting out of it what you want to get out of it is like, we now know that this is part and parcel of like the end thing that we wanted to do. And so it's like, all right, so now like, don't feel pressured to do all these things you don't like doing all the time. Do enough of it to get what you want out of it. I mean, because I don't want to sound whiny, like I don't want to do all these things. I just want to tell jokes on stage. It's like, all right, I understand that to do that more often, I got to do these other things. I don't like doing them.
Sure.
And so find the point where you've done enough of it that's acceptable for you to do what you want to do the thing you want to do and get what you want out of it.
Yeah.
That's hard to find that.
Well, it's accepting a certain amount of like, and I hate the word acceptance, but it's accepting a certain amount of like, this is what I signed up for, like whether or not I knew this when I signed up for it, that this is what I signed up for, by like continuing to pursue it, I'm agreeing like that this is what I'm signing up for.
I'm complicit in my own suffering.
I don't know, like when I started making the app, I was like, oh, they gave me these fucking commercials. They're like, make an app in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I started it, and then I found out that it was much more expensive, much more time consuming, and much more complicated than I'd ever thought. But I had already signed up for it, and I was like, well, I said I was going to do this.
What am I going to do? Stop now?
Yeah, what am I going to do? Stop now? So
sunken cost fallacy.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You haven't seen the app yet. All right. Well, that has been the Smoke Break. Will, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a blast talking with you. Well, I've been your host, your old pal Zane, here with Will Ness.
Hey.
Jasmine Nothing.
See you later.
We'll see you next time.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.